Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew Bible, or Jewish Bible. But I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered texts of the various Old Testament prophets. I call it the Book of Zion, and it is written entirely in Bible verse, which is why I had to write the Pot Smoker's Bible, which is the commentary and dissertation to the prophecy of Israel. And in order to publish peace, I'm coming to you on social media. Now, I'm going to take up where I left off last time on the 25th chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the 22nd chapter of the Book of Zion. It's called Out of Zion. And I'm beginning with Zechariah 8, 1 to 3, which becomes Zion 22, 6 to 9. And the first part of the passage goes, "And the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, This is how telepathy works. The words of the great enter my mind. I can feel their presence there. Telepathy can be very frightening at first. It's confusing. And sometimes it still is. And when a person first crosses that threshold to become a telepath, it is scary as hell. In this society, we are told that a telepath is crazy. The voices aren't real. Believe me, that is no help at all because the voices are real. And most of them aren't nice. Because the Grey aren't the only telepaths on Earth or about Earth. Most telepaths here are either dark entities, ghosts, or other humans with telepathic abilities. So, a new telepath has a lot of voices to hear. Most of these telepaths aren't nice people. I can't tell you how many times voices told me to do evil. I was told to kill people. I was told to do some very bad things. But until I realized what was happening, I was fair game. But the voices can't control you unless you let them. So a telepath has to choose which voices to listen to. I had to forcefully shut up the not so nice thoughts. But I did stop it. I let every voice know that I wasn't some weak-willed idiot that would do unspeakable things because a voice told me to. It took some time, but my sense of morality won that fight. The voices can tell you to do anything, but every telepath must choose which side of the mind they want to become. Good people become good telepaths, and bad people become evil telepaths, capable of great harm, whereas the good telepath is capable of great good. But the point is, the telepath is the only one to decide whether to obey the voices they hear, the voices of God, or other things. We have this problem because of our society's non-belief in telepathy. Humans view telepathy as a form of insanity, which is really stupid. You can't not believe something just because you don't understand it. Just because you tell a person that voices aren't real doesn't make the not real the all too real voices stop. You can't wish voices away or believe them into not being real. That's stupid. And just because you don't hear the voices doesn't mean they aren't real. You just can't hear. So, to treat telepathy like a disease isn't logical. There is no cure. To just simply not believe in something is foolish. It does great harm. And you can't medicate away a telepath because you have to get so messed up before the voices lose their grip. But from the time you take the drug until you get to that point, you increase the power of the telepathy tenfold. Dumbasses. We have mental health issues that are dire because humans choose to believe or not believe things instead of dealing with them. People have mental breakdowns because they cover up their problems. They refuse to deal with their emotions, and their emotions take over. That need to deal with reality overpowers the person. So again, we need to stop locking our emotions away. We need to deal with reality, not pick and choose what we admit, even to ourselves. Our feelings are a huge part of what we are. We are energy beings who are, we are our emotions. And like the voices in our telepathic heads, reality can't be believed away. We must face our emotions and be the masters of both mind and emotion. This is especially true for us telepaths. Our abilities are bound within our emotions. Everything we do through our emotions. So if we are mentally ill, or we choose to lash out or to do unto others what's been done unto them, we can become bigger problems for everyone. Because we telepaths are powerful beings of emotion. Our lack of belief in telepathy, along with our lack of desire to deal with emotional issues, has opened our world up to every dark entity in the known universe. We are overrun with beings of darkness who feed off of our pain, creating the conditions to continue the feast. We can't afford to disbelieve ourselves to hell, because hell is what Earth is becoming, and not the planet hell. Those of us who have overcome both our emotional problems and our moral battle with the voices we hear are ready and able to fight the age-old battle of good versus evil. Our first order of business is to heal the human race of its pain and fear, which will end the feast of darkness. Healing the pain of our emotions will stop the dark ones from having a food source. Only by ending our pain can we end that which controls us. It's better to cry now than to die later. Those who feed off of our pain kill us slowly. That is why it is so important that we address our emotional problems, both for the telepath and for the human. Our emotional growth is severely stunted. Instead of dealing with our emotions, we cover them up. We deny them. We ignore them. And they bind us to pain and suffering. To free ourselves of our pain, we must free that pain from within us. Our mental health care is so out of touch with reality. that it's beyond belief. You can't compartmentalize emotions. You can't talk your emotions away either. Drugs aren't a cure for emotional problems and traumas. Jung and Freud had it half right. Well, they had it all right. Psychiatrists have it half right. They gave us a place to start drugs. But our doctors haven't even tried to complete the work. They medicate the patient. They don't drug. They don't medicate and therapy guys. It's like give therapy to the patient. That's how you heal. So doctors don't do they don't follow Jung and Freud because they don't do drugs themselves. Jung and Freud Jung and Freud did the drugs themselves, putting them on the wavelength of the emotionally suffering person, therefore connecting with them on a healing emotional level. Both of them, Jung and Freud, were telepaths, drug users who healed through their use of the drug in combination with the use of the drug by the patient, creating an emotional connection through the high. That's the true psychiatry. In no other field has there ever been a doctrine that was complete in its first stage. Jung and Freud were the advents of a new field of medicine, but modern psychiatrists act as if they had had all the answers. But, in truth, they had only just begun to ask the right questions. Mental health requires more than an hour on a couch once a week, where all you do is talk about all your problems. Mental health is a huge part of the human animal. Our emotions are what drives us to do what we do. Beyond survival, it's half of what we are. To think that we can talk our pain away is infantile. Our emotions are what creates our memories. What we feel, we recall. It is by emotion that we relate to our environment. So we perceive life through emotion. But just as we have a physical body, we have an emotional body. Each body has a finite amount of matter, but unlike our stomachs, our emotions have only one exit. Uh, only, our stomachs have only one exit. When our emotional body is full, it's full. You must empty it by expressing the emotions within. Just like the stomach evacuating the food. You fill up to express. So, if we lock our bad feelings away, we reduce our capacity for all other emotions. You can't laugh if your eyes are full of tears. If you fill up your soul with pain, how can you smile? We are locking away our negative emotions. We are taught as children to do so. This is wrong. We need to express what we feel so we can have space for better feelings. And I'm going to leave off there for this session, and I'll pick up next time where I left off. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion. If you do drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books about it. My name is Zion. I love you way too much to say goodbye. So I'm going to say later now.